9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Solid rocket ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of Columbia on a voyage to the future.
I'm NASA astronaut Victor Glover, and I'm honored to be here today to celebrate an icon, a mentor, and most importantly, a friend, Dr. Bernard Harris.
We initially met on the first day of medical school in 1978. We had to have lab partners, and he and I became lab partners. I had no knowledge of him before then, and certainly after you've delved into a cadaver for a lengthy period of time, you do a lot of bonding. In medical school, a lot of us made a lot of fun of him because he kept saying, "I'm going to be an astronaut," and everybody's like, yeah, right, sure you are. But that really brought it home.
Bernard is a medical doctor. He's not just an astronaut. Bernard is a medical doctor from Texas Tech. He got interested in medicine, in space medicine. I think I heard him say one time from watching Bones on Star Trek.
I actually remember his second launch. I was exactly 2.5 years old that day. And I think it's one of my earliest memories because I can remember how I felt in that moment and thoughts that I had even as somebody so young. And I all of a sudden see this flash of light in the distance that's breaking up this dark abyss of the night. And I see smoke, and then that light begins to slowly go up towards the sky. I remember having this feeling, or perhaps it was a thought, that what's happening right now is really important.
When he saw the landing on the moon, and he started to think, wow, one day I can do that. And he told his mother, "Mom, I think I know what I want to be," when he's 9. She said, "Honey, if that's what you want to do, you go for it. You can be anything that you want to be."
Well, I think probably one of the things that I remember the most about Bernard is the tremendous smile on his face when we first reached orbit. I know it was a culmination of many things, certainly his long-held dream of flying in space.
I flew STS-63, which was February of 1995, with Bernard Harris. Bernard is the first Black American to do a spacewalk. We were all very excited for him. And I will say, back in those days, this was 1995, there were very few spacewalks in the space shuttle program. We had the Hubble missions, but yet we knew we were going to be building the space station in the very near future. And the space station program needed more EVA spacewalk time.
The world is different today because Bernard Harris, a person of color, had the opportunity and the courage to step outside a spaceship, and go into the vacuum of space, and it made a tremendous difference to all of us of color on the planet to know that we in fact could do that.
On the flight that Bernard and I flew together, his physician background certainly came into key play for us. We had 88 different experiments during the mission, and about half of them were involved with understanding how the human body was affected by being exposed to zero gravity.
He was a flight surgeon in the flight medicine clinic in Houston before he became a NASA astronaut. So he had an opportunity to see what astronauts go through from a medical perspective. He worked a lot on space adaptation, and gave him an opportunity to become a principal investigator in flight on issues of space adaptation and motion sickness countermeasures and the like. So it was invaluable both to him and to us to have him be an experienced flight surgeon and medical officer.
You have to be fairly smart, you have to be a quick learner, and you have to be very adaptable. Things occur that are a little bit out of the ordinary, whether it's in medicine or whether it's in space.
Bernard was quick to share his experience and the wealth of knowledge he has on all things from spacewalking and his 2 shuttle flights to knowledge of the space station, but most importantly, just how to support somebody that's getting ready to go into their first flight.
Gussie Mae Bird is his mother. I think his mother instilled in him a profound work ethic. I think she taught him that education and fulfilling your dreams was a way out of poverty and a way to be successful in life.
For years, he spent time during the summers traveling across the world, really, making sure that the summer camp children got a chance to have hands-on experiences with science. Over 80% of the people, the young kids who were exposed to science, ended up in STEM. He's so committed to making sure that the young people know that they are infinite beings with infinite possibilities.
I remember I went to school, it was maybe 1st or 2nd grade, and naturally, as kids do, they talk about what their parents are doing, or they're really bragging about what their parents are doing. So innocently, I sit there and I'm like, well, my daddy is an astronaut. And of course, the teasing was relentless. Everybody's telling me, your dad's not an astronaut, stop lying. So I go home and I'm crying and I'm telling my parents, I'm like, nobody believed me, oh my goodness. And my dad, being the wonderful protective father that he is, told me that he was gonna fix it. So we didn't even wait for career day. We created our own career day with a visitor of 1, and my dad shows up, full flight suit, full astronaut school visit mode to set the record straight.
I can't tell you how many times he was used at show and tell for my kids when they were growing up. They never really saw Bernard as a celebrity. To them, he was just Bernard.
We were the first Americans to see the Russian space station near. And Bernard was positioned in the window such that he got the photo of the decade, which was Valery Polyakov in the window of the Mir space station. And it made the cover of Aviation Week the following week.
The other day, I was riding with Bernard, and out of the blue, he said, I love being a dork. I was like, you love being a dork? It just made me laugh. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to get t-shirts made. I'm proud to be a dork. And we laughed and we said, maybe you might want to go with geek. That was one moment that just made me laugh and smile. It is so true. He loves science. It doesn't matter what the category is. If he is introduced to a concept, he'll just start thinking about, I wonder what the science is behind it.
And I'm going to read something from his book here called Dreamwalker. And on page 136, the core of what he talks to young people about is you are multi-talented, you have multi-potential, and you were born for a reason. And that is part and parcel to Bernard Harris and why he has spent years working with young people, giving his own time and his own monies to help to develop these programs that have gone such a long way towards helping young people to reach out towards STEM careers.
Congratulations on this incredibly well-deserved honor. You really deserve this induction into the Astronaut Hall of Fame. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you for taking those first steps in space that have made all of the difference to the next generation of space explorers. That gift will keep on being given. Congratulations.
Bernard Anthony Harris Jr., congratulations. I'm tickled to be invited to be part of your induction service into the Astronaut Hall of Fame. And I think you're fully deserving, and I look forward to our day together there at the Cape.
Congratulations, Bernard. I am so happy to see that you are being inducted into the Astronaut Hall of Fame. You are so deserving, and I think it's going to be great to see that everything you've done, your legacy as a medical doctor and as an astronaut, and all the inspiration that you have provided for young people is going to be it's going to go down in history. Congratulations.
Bernard, congratulations on your induction into the United States Astronaut Hall of Fame. Appreciate all that you've done for me personally, my family, and for our country. We love you so much. You're just like my brother that's 2.5 weeks older than me. So good luck and God bless you.
To Bernard, my fellow former Texas Tech University System Regent, Reckham. Way to go. We're so happy for you.
I'm so happy and honored to be your daughter. I will say it in front of this great room of people. Being your daughter is one of the greatest honors of my life. Thank you for the life that you have given me, the experiences that you have given me, and the ability to be by your side in your life through all of your accomplishments and your achievements. I love you with every fiber of my heart, and I hope that you truly take this time as we honor you tonight to be able to give yourself that well-deserved pat on the back, because we all love you, we all are inspired by you. And on behalf of everyone, I just want to say thank you so much for never giving up and for continuing to dream. We love you and congratulations.